Students, this is the Unit 5 and 6 multiple choice review preparation for the final. We're going to be going through the problems with the stars, giving you a partial explanation. You want to follow along. I recommend you have your reference booklet handy. Read this with me. Underline key words and phrases. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line through the given points. The slope-intercept form. Why don't you start by writing that out? That is the slope-intercept equation of a line. Y equals mx plus b. And if you want that, there's only two things you need here. You need the slope, and you need the y-intercept. Take a moment. Let's ask ourselves how we can find the slope. Let's do the slope first. Slope equals rise over run. To find the rise, we subtract the y's. To find the run, we subtract the x's. Let's go ahead and make our template. Remember, a template you do before you put your numbers in. Now I'm going to go y's, box them. I suggest you box them with me. Draw an arrow left to right. Circle the x's, arrow left to right. And you can see that you have now found your slope, which is your m, is 5 over 3. Now you ask yourself, if you want to work with the equation y equals mx plus b, and you have the slope, what now do you need? We need the b. Let's go ahead and put what we have in there. The slope is going to go there. And then we can choose either x or either y. It doesn't matter. I'm going to choose this y, the first one, and this x. So that x goes there, and that y goes there. Now you'll have nothing but numbers. So ready? The y is going to be positive 3. The m we have is 5/3. The x is 3 plus b. B we do not know. That's technically 3 over 1. Those 3's cancel. So I have 3 equals 5 plus b. And now I want to minus 5 both sides. And my b is going to equal negative 2. Remember, the equation I'm working with is y equals mx plus b. Now we plug in our variables. That's 5/3. This b goes right there. That's negative 2. Bring everything down. We have y equals 5/3 x minus 2. Now I would take a moment and write 3 bullets, the 3 basic steps of how this was done, and then try problem 3. Pause the video. Welcome back. Next star problem says, find the missing sides. Leave your answers as radicals in simplest form. You should notice that this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Let's pull that triangle out. And then you have yourself a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Let's pull that out. We have one number to work with. We're ultimately going for this X. Ready? 30, 60, 90. Short leg root 3, short leg times 2. Ring a bell. 30, 60, 90. Find the short leg, which is across from the 30 degrees. There's your short leg. Short leg to long leg is times root 3. Short leg to hypo is times by 2. Let's ask ourselves what we can do here. We don't have the short leg, so it reads like this. Something times root 3 is 9. That's what you're asking yourself. Something times root 3 is 9. Pause. You find the something. Okay, check your work. We know you need a root 3 there because that gives us 3. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So our short leg right here is root 3. Then we simply times by 2, and only the outies talk together. That's 6 root 3. Now that 6 root 3 belongs right here. 45, 45, 90, leg, 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 root 2. That means your legs are going to be equal. So if that's 6 root 3, this other leg must be 6 root 3. And you ask yourself, when you go this way, you're going to times by root 2. What would your answer then be? You do your own math there. When you are done figuring this out and checking your work, I recommend you write 3 little bullets. What are the basic steps to doing this problem? And then do the one on the left. Pause, check, write, do another one. Down here it says find the missing side, round your answer to the nearest tenth. So students, we see here that we don't have a 30, 60, 90 or a 45, 45, 90. So we have 5 tools to work with right triangles. Let's put those tools in the margin. We have Pythagorean theorem. We have 30, 60, 90. We have 45, 45, 90. We have SOHCAHTOA. And we have inverse SOHCAHTOA. We know here, have 2 sides, need 3rd side Pythag. Problem is we only have 1 side. So we're not doing that one. Not 30, 60, 90, not 45, 45, 90. Inverse SOHCAHTOA is for angles, finding angles. SOHCAHTOA is for finding side. So obviously we're doing SOHCAHTOA here. With that angle, let's label. We have the adjacent side, and our x is at the hypo. We have an AH combo. We know cosine, goes with cosine. Let's write our equation out. Always write your equation out. Go ahead and then circle plug check. Your theta here is the 37. Your adjacent is the 26. And your hypotenuse is going to be the x. Plug everything in, cross multiply, solve. Round your answer to the nearest 10. It said, knowing that the area of a triangle is base times height over 2. Let's trace that out. Base would be this entire side times height, which always makes a right angle, over 2. That is the area equation. You're going to find the area of the triangle. Round immediate answers to the nearest tenth. Use the rounded values to calculate the next value. Round your final answer to the nearest tenth. So let's see what we actually have here. We have the height. Let's circle it. The height is right here. The problem is it's not there. Let's call that x. And the base is incomplete because we need this section. Let's call that y. So we don't have either the base or the height. We have to do a little bit of footwork for both. You need to go ahead and pull these triangles apart. That'd be the easiest way to work with it. Let's work with this triangle with the x. Why am I starting that one? Is that's where the 50 is. That's 32 degrees. And we solve for our x. And we have a 50 there. So we ask ourselves, have, need, do. We have the adjacent. We need the opposite. I have an OA combo. So that's TOA. Let's write your equation down. It's tangent of theta over 1 equals opposite over adjacent. Cross multiply. Don't touch a calculator until x is by itself. It's tan 32 times 50 is going to give us x. Go ahead and get out your own calculator, find tan of 32, then check to see if you match mine. We're going to round to the tenths place, which in this case is 31.2. So our x is 31.2. Check for units. We don't have units, so we're just going to write units. Now we're going to go ahead and solve for y because we have the information that we need. We have the 31.2. We have y. And we have the 68 degrees up here. We have the adjacent. We need the opposite. We have an OA combo again. So we're going to use tangent. Opposite we don't have. That's our y. Over adjacent we do have right there. Cross multiply. I'm going to pause, you do the math, and check your calculator with mine. Rounding to the 10th place, that's 77.2. Units. Okay, now we have everything we need. Let's go ahead, and it says right here, let's circle plug check. Our base is this whole base here, so you want to physically trace it. That base is not 50. That base is going to be 77.2 plus 50. That's your base. The height you've already calculated. That is the 31.2. We multiply those out, and we get over 2. Now pause. You do your calculator, and then check your work in the back. Then write yourself 3 little bullets. What were the main steps to doing this problem? Pause the video. You do the math. Restart. Welcome back. Taking a look at problem 17, it says find the length of the base indicated for each trapezoid. Make sure you actually answer the question here and don't just solve for x. Right here, we want to find ST, and ST is that length. So before we just randomly shove the algebra around, let's ask ourselves what we have here. This is the median. So the median equals the average of the bases, which are the 2 parallel sides. You write the equation out, then you can circle plug check median, median, I'm writing it out like this so I don't forget that 2 right there. Equals base plus base over 2. Notice I'm circling. That enables my brain to make sure I find everything. Alrighty, you do your own math. And remember, when you solve for x, you are not done. You have to plug x in and solve for the length of ST. Check your answers in the back when you are finished. Pause the video, finish the work. Welcome back. Try the one on the left, see if you can reproduce the same accuracy rate. It says find the missing measurement, round your answer to the nearest tenth. So for these, start by lightly shading the shape, and this shape here is a trapezoid. So what you want to do is write out the area equation for a trapezoid. Which includes the average of the bases times the height. Always write your equations, two sides with an equal sign. Two sides with an equal sign. Now let's circle, plug, check. Circle the word area. Oh, look, we actually have the area. Circle one base. You have the other base right here. Times our unknown missing height. Order of operation says do what is in the parentheses first. So for x, check your work in the back when you're done. I recommend you write 3 little bullets, what main thing you should do here. Remember, equations have two sides with an equal sign. Circle, plug, check. Pause the video, do the one on the left. Welcome back. Taking a look at 29. It says find the area of each regular polygon. Leave your answer in simplest radical form. Remember, the word regular means all the sides are equal. You're going to leave your answer in the simplest radical form. Well, how do we find the area of a regular polygon? That is perimeter times apothem, which goes from the center right angle to the midpoint, over 2. Now let's look at what we have here. We can easily get the perimeter on the left because we have one side and it's 14, 14 plus 14. So we circle that, and our perimeter is simply 14 times 3. Problem is we don't have our apothem. Over 2. So let's take a look and see how we get the apothem. Remember, this is an equilateral triangle, which would also make it equiangular. If you don't have a right triangle, you can always draw one in. So I'm going to draw one in here. Why can I do that? I'm going to make what I call the pizza slices. And right here, you can know that you go all the way around like this. And we're going to go 360 divided by 3. We get 120. So each of these are 120, which means this triangle right here that I'm going to pull out, let's pull that out. This from here to here is going to be 7. That means that's going to be 60 because it's half of 120, and we got ourselves a 30, 60, 90 triangle. We want to find this side right here, which is our apothem. We're going to start by doing our chart, short leg root 3, short leg times 2. So it reads like this. Something times root 3 is 7. I'm going to pause for a moment and see if you can't come up with that. Something times root 3 is 7. I know you need a root 3 in there because that gets us down to 3. We're going to divide by 3, and that gets us down to 1. To make 7, that's 7 root 3 over 3. Go over here, the 2 goes into the 14 7 times. Let's clean up what's left. We have 3 times 7 root 3. And then that is the 7 on the outside. So we see here, we're going to go 7 times 3, which is 21, times 7 again. And our final answer here for the area is going to be 147 root 3. We check for units. No units are given, so it's units squared. Review how we did that on the left. Follow the same order on the right.